Airships were once seen as transport of the past. Today we're working to change that view and bring them back to the sky, and right now, behind me, you're witnessing one step in their return. Alexander, today we've assembled a huge test stand here. I'd like to ask you to briefly tell us what we built it for, what its role is, and what work we will carry out on it.
These are receivers. They were made at AERONOVA's envelope shop under Egorushkov's supervision. Today we came here to assemble the frame and mount the receiver on it.
What do we need this device for? What will we test and fine-tune on it?
Its purpose is so we don't mount the units on the airship and only then check if they work. We test them on the ground first. We'll mount on it the valves that regulate pressure in the envelope and the fan that pumps air into the ballonette. We can also test a flight termination device on it. For example, we can test the drain fitting as well, seemingly simple but important. Other devices as needed. We'll make openings of the required diameter for the valve and the fan. In other words, we'll imitate the envelope with this receiver for trials.
Accordingly, we install, say, a valve or a fan here. It's powered on, the receiver inflates, as I understand, and then tests are run and readings are taken to see how it performs.
Yes, indeed, we can log various electrical characteristics, what voltage it runs at and current it draws. We can also measure the volumetric flow rate the fan delivers. That is how much air it pushes into the receiver's volume per second. At different back pressure levels, we can also closely evaluate the fan's characteristics. The higher the pressure becomes inside the envelope, the less air the fan can push in, because the pressure inside the envelope is already opposing it. So yes, we will be able to run a full fan test here. In short, this test stand is meant to check the air gas system units against the calculated characteristics before installing them on the airship.
Per our preliminary plans, this summer we'll pressure test the Nova 2 airship envelope. Friends, we are now right in the company's office. We decided to drop by the team again and bother them a little to ask some clarifying questions and to show you clearly what exactly we will be testing on our new receiver. At the start of the video, we introduced the team modestly, but Alexander and Sergey are the chief engineers and designers of the air gas system and valves we are designing and will install on the Nova 2 airship. Alexander, did you make all this yourself right here in the office, correct?
Yes, we have a workshop where there is a 3D printer and a set of necessary tools. There is also a computer and a supply of plastic filament.
Alright, I see some samples here. Are these the exact ones we plan to test?
Yes, these are samples, prototypes of the valves that will be installed on Nova 2. We're ready to mount them on the stand and run tests to see which setups work and which do not. We'll verify parameters on the stand.
Alexander, tell me about the dimensions. They look large. Are they full scale?
Yes, the valves here behind me are full scale. That's exactly the size we will install on Nova 2 also.
I see you have a couple of options here. I take it both will undergo testing?
Yes, both will go through testing. It's a cyclical process. We'll put the unit on the stand and see how it works. If it meets our needs, we'll finalize it. If it doesn't, we'll change something and run stand tests again. Everything depends on the results the valves show. Apart from the valves, we've also got various small items of equipment. For example, a drain fitting. Its job is to drain condensate from the envelopes.
What else?
We also have a very important component of the air gas system. It's the AVP, put simply, a fan. My colleague Sergey is developing this unit.
All right, folks, once again, I'm happy to introduce Sergey. He is our chief designer and the engineer in charge of the air gas system planned for use across the entire Nova airship line. And now, Sergey, I'd like you to demonstrate exactly which units we'll be testing and what already exists in physical form to show our viewers.
What actually falls within my area of responsibility is the fans and their configuration. We have two versions of the fan here now. Version number 1, provisional version number 2. They differ in the geometry of the housing and in the geometry of impeller blades. Accordingly, we will mount them on the receiver and check which variant gives the best performance and whether they match the calculated data at all. We will also test them using these components that will be installed. We call them measuring bell mouths. We will mount these bell mouths on the receiver and by using them simulate a range of pressures that correspond to real airship flight conditions, that is, pressures representative of actual operating conditions in flight for the airship.
So these parts are also full scale. That is exactly how we'll install them.
Yes, that's right. Next, we'll be mounting these samples onto the receiver.
Sergey, about the measuring bell mouth. Is this part related to the fan or is it a separate component? And if so, in what way exactly?
Yes, they are connected. The fan will force air into the receiver and the air will exit through the measuring bell mouth. These bell mouths come in different diameters, so the pressure will change accordingly.
Depending on the diameter?
Depending on the bell mouth diameter.
Has the fan's design changed in any fundamental way, or did you simply scale it up in terms of pure scale?
We ended up with somewhat different requirements, so the fan was extensively reworked. A new impeller was developed and the casing geometry was changed. All of this aligns with the new flow rate characteristics we tested. In short, the redesign met those updated needs and aligns with the measured flow.
Those need testing too. Next, we'll be running tests on the air gas system itself, the valves and the sensors. We'll be sure to show that as well. We'll keep you updated and see you in the next episodes. Bye. Thanks to everyone who watched this video. Friends, stay with us. New videos and episodes ahead about how we are reviving airship building. See you in the next videos.